What is up, guys? Today I'm back with another video. Today we are doing the NFC East 2022-2023 NFL season prediction. And if I sound a little tired in this video, it's because I just woke up, so I apologize. But I'm going to jump right into it with the Washington Commanders. Start off with the game against the Jaguars. And in my last video I said I think the Jaguars are going to win. It's questionable how the Commanders are going to do this year because they have the new quarterback and they did get some key pieces during the offseason. Carson Wentz didn't really do that good with the Colts, but he could make a bounce back season. And I think that they could, but I just think the Jaguars are going to win. Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback. He just needs experience, and they got Trevor Walker during in the draft and stuff. I do think the Washington Commanders could definitely turn into a playoff contender team with Taylor Heineke, but I just don't see the Commanders winning against the Jaguars. I mean, the Jaguars are just a better team. Now we have the Lions. I do think that the Lions are going to be a way better team this year, so I think the Commanders are going to lose there. Especially if it's in Ford Field, they're going to lose. Aiden Hutchinson is just a great guy. I do think it will be close, though. I do think that they'll happen. So now they're 0-2 and they get their rival, the Philadelphia Eagles, back home. Of course they're going to lose to the Eagles. I mean, even though it's in FedEx Field, I mean, like, the Eagles have had one of the top 5 all season, if not the best all season. They got AJ Brown. They got that I'm trying to remember that guy's name. That guy from Georgia, and that guy's big. That's a big defense. And they still got Miles Sanders and Dallas Goedert. Eagles are definitely gonna forget them there. The Washington Commanders are gonna lose. Then they go to Dallas. Dallas is questionable. I mean, they don't have Amari Cooper anymore, and Dak Prescott could be injured, and Dak Prescott has gotten worse every year. I do think that the Cowboys are going to beat them, but I do think it'll be close. I mean, it's really questionable because Carson Wentz could maybe return to his year 1 form with the Eagles, but I just don't see them winning. So now they're 0-5 at the start of the season, but it's not all bad. I think that they're going to win against the Titans in their home. I mean, like, the Titans, they're still good, but it's just, I don't see them doing good. At least I think that's what I said in my last video. If I got that wrong, then you can let me know. But I do see them beating the Titans because the Titans are just, I don't think they're going to do good this year. Now they're up going to Chicago to play the Bears. I gotta say, I feel bad for Bears fans. They probably have had one of the worst, if not the worst, offseason. So I do think that they're gonna beat the Bears. Justin Fields is good, but he just doesn't have enough things to compete. And Washington, they may not be that good, but I do think they can beat the Bears. Now they're gonna stay at home against the Packers. I do say that the Packers seem to have a tendency to lose when they go to Washington, even with Aaron Rodgers. They can't win in Washington. I don't know why, but since that curse, I guess you call it, I think that they're gonna beat the Packers. Then Carson Wentz plays his revenge game against the Colts. I do not think that Carson Wentz is gonna get his revenge against the Colts. The Colts got Matt Ryan, who, I mean, I don't know if that's really saying much. Even though Matt Ryan almost won the Super Bowl, he's gotten not as good over the years, but it might just be because of the team he was on. So, have them losing there. The Vikings, I don't think the Vikings are that good, so I think that the Commanders are definitely going to beat the Vikings, especially if it's in a stadium with the poo water. There's definitely going to. So, like, the Vikings, they're kind of good, but I just don't see them doing the best this year. Now we have them playing the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly. I literally, if the Commanders somehow manage to win this game, then I don't know. I honestly don't know. The Eagles are just a really good team, and I just don't know. I don't see them winning. Now they got the Texans. Now this is gonna be a great game. Well, it's gonna be good because there's two teams that are tanking. Now I do think that they're gonna win against the Texans, and Texans are gonna definitely get number one draft. They suck. Now we have the Falcons. The Commanders do have an easy schedule from here, and I think they're like hold on, how many games they got left? So they're like they're like 5-6. So if they do win enough, they could make the playoffs potentially. I do think they're definitely gonna beat the Falcons. The Falcons are gonna do awful this year, which is what if like maybe Marcus Mariota could turn something around, but I don't see that happen. The Falcons are just in rebuilding stage. They're definitely gonna beat them. I do think they're gonna beat the Giants. And I don't think they're gonna beat them in their stadium, but I do think that they will beat the Giants at their own stadium. The Giants got that new offensive coach or something. I don't keep up with the Giants, honestly. Just because Danny Jones isn't good, I think they will beat them at their own stadium. But I don't think that they're gonna win at MetLife, because they're not both good, and so I see them gonna beat the Falcons and beat the Giants at their own stadium. So now they're at, I think, 7-7. They need to win 2 games to get the playoffs, but they got the 49ers. They're probably gonna, I think they're gonna lose against the 49ers. I mean, like, it depends on how the 49ers QB is gonna do, because they don't have Jimmy G, but they could do good. I think that they're gonna lose against the 49ers. So now they have to win both of their remaining games to make the playoffs. They're going to go to Cleveland. No, Cleveland's coming to them. I'm being honest. It really is. This is tough because we don't know if Deshaun Watson's going to play or not. But even if he doesn't play, the Browns can still be a good team. So, we'll get them a win over the Browns. And then this is a make or break, win and get in for each of these teams. And I think at this point in the season that I'm just gonna say Commanders win because Dak Prescott probably is injured and the Cowboys are just falling. So I see them working out at 9-8. Yeah, 9-8. Make the playoffs as a wild card team. Barely. But that's how I see it working out for them. Next, we'll move on with the Dallas Cowboys. I gotta say, Cowboys have a tough schedule, and they've gotten way worse over the offseason, so they're going to start out the first game of the season. They're going to lose to the Buccaneers. Like Tom Brady, they're going to lose. The defending AFC champs are going to lose against the Bengals. Then they're going to beat the Giants. The Giants. They're going to win against the Commanders. They're going to lose against the Rams. They're going to lose against the Eagles in Philadelphia. Oh, wait. Well, actually, I should give you information on that. Anyways, the Giants, you know why they're going to lose, why they're going to beat the Giants. They're just... The Bengals are just a great team. Nothing has changed, and they're just going to win. I gave you them information about why they're going to beat the Commanders. It's in Dallas, and Washington just... I don't think they've won against Dallas in a while. It's been a long time. Anyways, the defending Super Bowl champs, they're not going to lose against the Cowboys. Come on. You think they could lose against the Cowboys? Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp versus CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott. Who's the better combo? Come on. So they start off the first 5 games of the season at, I think, 2-3. Then they go to Philadelphia. They're going to lose in Philadelphia. The Eagles haven't won against them a lot, but still, they're definitely going to lose to the Cowboys in Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders, AJ Brown. The Lions, I do think that the Lions are a better team. I don't think they're going to beat the Lions, though, because it's in Dallas. So now, they're at, I think, 3-4. Yeah, 3-4. they're gonna beat the Bears. I mean, we saw what happened that one year where they lost to the Bears and then they beat the Rams and then the Eagles got out of the playoffs because the Eagles beat them. But this time it'd be different. The Bears are just not. They don't have the pieces in place to put together a good game. Then they got the bye week, and they're at 4-4. They're gonna play the Packers, and they're gonna. I mean, it's in Green Bay. They're gonna lose against the Packers. I mean, like, come on, man. Like, Aaron Rodgers. Even though the Packers don't have Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers is just. He's the Aaron Rodgers. That's all I can say is Aaron Rodgers. The GOAT. So now, and then they go to nearby Minnesota. They play the Vikings and they lose, so I think they're at 4-6. They beat the Giants again. They lose to the Colts. They're at 5-7. So what they gotta do is they gotta win the remainder games to make the playoffs. And what ends up happening is they beat the Texans, they beat the Jags, and then they beat the Eagles in the thing on the Christmas Eve game. Then they win. They go against the Titans. Then they're tied. They're at I think like I'm trying. I can't. Okay. They're at like 9-7 or 8-7 or something like that. Yeah. With the Commanders. Commanders win, they get in. Cowboys win or tie. Cowboys get in. And then they lose. The Commanders make the playoffs. I see the Cowboys having an almost playoff season. They're gonna lose. I'm gonna explain why. I think the Giants are bad. They're gonna beat the Giants, obviously. The Colts are a way better team this year. Matt Ryan. Of course, they're good. The Colts are gonna win. We know why the Texans are gonna lose. Like, the Texans are just. I don't think, like, the Texans are. They're gonna have the worst year. I said that in the last video. Jaguars. I do think the Cowboys are still a good team enough to beat the Jaguars. Even though I said the Eagles are way better, which they are. The Eagles are still gonna lose in Dallas. I haven't seen them win there in a while. So we got the Titans. I said the Titans aren't going to do this good this year, and we got the Commanders are going to win. It's in FedEx Field. I see the Cowboys almost making the playoffs, but they just come up a little short. So yeah, move off with the Giants. I feel bad for Giants fans, honestly, but they do have a schedule. I don't think they're going to do good though. They got the Jets playing it. Oh wait, that's a preseason game. My bad. I think they're gonna lose against the Titans because they're both bad, but the Titans they're just better, and it's in Nashville. Panthers are gonna do better this year. Now they got Baker. That's what I think, at least. So they're gonna lose against the Panthers. They're gonna lose against the Cowboys, like I said. I think they're gonna lose against the Bears and the Packers. They're gonna go 0-5. Because all these teams are pretty good, except for the Bears and the Titans, I think. But I still think that the Giants are just worse. And Rodgers is definitely going to be better than Daniel Jones. We know that. Then they got some tough games against the Ravens. If Lamar Jackson can stay healthy, then yes, they're going to beat the Ravens. Even if not, I still think the Ravens are going to win. Then they got the Jaguars. I don't think they're going to beat the Jaguars, especially in Duval. Nah. So now we have the Giants at the Seahawks. The Seahawks are, they lost Russell Wilson, and I do think even though it's in Seattle, I think the Giants are gonna win there. Then they're gonna beat the Texans, because the Texans are just awful. And then they go against the Lions. I think this is gonna be a close game because the Lions have gotten way better, but they're still not a great team. But I do feel like that the Lions could beat them here. I mean, they got Aiden Hutchinson and Jared Goff. If he can return to Super Bowl form like he did when he was on the Rams, then yeah. But he's Mr. Average. I think that's what people call him. I don't know. They're gonna lose against the Cowboys again, and then they're gonna. I said they're gonna win in there, so now they're at 3 and I think 3. I cannot do math. They're like 3 and 7, I think. Yeah. So they can't make the playoffs now. They're just trying to lose. They have the visiting Eagles. The Eagles are definitely gonna beat them, even though it's in New York. Eagles are gonna win there. Then they go to Washington and they. Oh, I know they win this. Yeah. No, they go here and lose. Then they go to Minnesota and lose. At this point, they're just trying to lose. They got the Colts and the Eagles, 2 pretty good teams to finish off the season. I think they're gonna lose their last 5 remaining games, and they're at 3 and 12. Good draft position, almost number 1 draft position. But that's just how I see it work out. The Giants, they're not that good. Now we save the best team for last. My favorite team, the Philadelphia Eagles, having a great offseason. I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible. So they start off with the Lions. Eagles, even though it's in 4-4, I do think that we're going to fly high and start off the season good. Vikings are not that good this year, I don't think, so I think we're going to beat them. We go here, we're going to win. We're going to beat the Jaguars. Our team got way better in this offseason, yeah. Then we go to Arizona. Arizona's good at the start of the season, and it's in the Big Toaster, so I think we're going to take a loss there. Then we beat the Cowboys, beat the Steelers, and the Texans. Cowboys, usually we lose them, but even though it's in Philly, and the Cowboys have gotten worse. The Steelers have had an awful offseason. Kenny Pickett could turn things around and make it a good year for them. I just don't see it working out. Then we have the Texans, the team that's probably going to get the number 1 draft pick. They're going to do awful this year. Then we go home to face off against the Commanders. We're going to beat the Commanders. I mean, we're just... I cannot talk. I know a lot of people think that the Eagles are going to do good, but a lot of people are also saying that they're not going to do good because we don't know about Jalen Hurts. I do think that Jalen Hurts is a good QB, and I think he's the one for us. But, yeah. So now we have only lost 1 game. Then we go to Indianapolis. I think I said we're going to lose against the Colts. Then we go back to Philly. This is going to be a great game. I'm going to say that. I do think that Aaron Rodgers is going to beat us, though. So now I've lost 3 games. Then we beat the Titans, beat the New York Giants. Both these teams, they're not going to be that good this year. I just don't see that as the way. So we go beat the Bears. So the Bears have had a pretty bad offseason. Then we lose against the Cowboys. So now we have pretty much already locked up the division. We're at I think we're at 11 and 4. So all we have to do is just lose, or we could win and then get better. So we beat the Saints and the Giants again at our home stadiums. So I see my Philadelphia Eagles, the best team, going 13 and 4, just simply because we have AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. Our offensive line has gotten way better. Jalen Hurts, I'm going to say this right now, I feel like he's the next Russell Wilson. He can run the ball, and he can throw it pretty good. And we have a pretty easy schedule. A lot of these teams are either have gotten really bad or they're just stayed the same. I'm not trying to be biased. I try to be as least biased as possible. But I see us going 13 and 4. Wait, yeah, that's right. So I see us winning the division. Not the number 1 seed, though. So that's how it is. Anyways, that was my prediction. I tried to add a lot more detail into it this time, because I'm being honest, that's just kind of how I just want to try something new, and that's just what I want to do. So I hope you guys liked this new kind of style. I know I stuttered a lot. I'm just kind of dealing with some other stuff outside of YouTube right now that's making me nervous and stuff. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. It would really help me out. And if you think that my prediction is wrong, go ahead and tell me in the comments what you think your prediction is. Anyways, until the next video, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow when I do the NFC West. Anyways, until my next video, peace out, guys.